Trogs.
Yeah.
Pennsylvania beer.
Sorry, I couldn't read it because the sticker is right off.
That's what happens with these old
The Mad
beers.
Elf.
So that's just the drink we're going to be drinking today with our tobacco review. Welcome back to the channel. Let's just get right into this. We are the Chuba Brothers.
And we're going to be smoking some good old Bag End.
I'm a Baggins.
If you ever
Bag End.
pass through Bag End, T is a 4, you're welcome anytime. Don't bother knocking.
Let's just make sure that they got a good view of this. Some good
I
labels.
just threw up the label.
Tanner's got some good label action that he's got going on. By the Country Squire. That's down in Mississippi, right?
I do not know that. Is it?
We'll fact check ourselves. How about that?
Is it? Yeah, because I feel like I've seen videos where people talk about that.
Yeah, I think so. So let's.
Then I can also show you. This is an Amazon purchase. I'm not really sure if I'm a fan of this one over these nice smaller ones that I got that I'm in the middle of making labels for. This is like a perfect 2 ounce. This one can probably go up to like 8 ounces.
That's probably 6 in there, right?
4. I don't have it packed down at all.
All right. So let's get this. Let's get these pipes packed.
And these ones are swing tops. That's why the sticker I had to put on the outside.
Just setting the palate with some. What was it again? Angry Elf, Mad Elf, by Trogs. Christmas beer, even though it's Thanksgiving's in a couple of days. Although we'll probably publish this after Thanksgiving. So
Take your pipe off there.
I'm gonna be smoking this out of a good old fashioned, a 3B's tobacco pipe. It's one of my favorite, $34, something like that. Let's just give you a little bit of facts about the Bag End here. And pull it up on Tobacco Review.
And I'm going to be smoking, I'm pretty sure on the last video, my Meerschaum, I can never say that word. Meerschaum corncob pipe.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, so when it comes to the Country Squire's Bag End, this is actually the only one that we've smoked that's considered an American blend. And so this this is there's Burley, there's Latakia, there's Oriental Turkish, and then there's Virginia. Coarse cut, no specific flavorings. Yeah, and so we're gonna be trying this one out here. We've been smoking this one for months now.
Yeah, I actually wasn't a fan of it to begin with. And then I started to realize that there's other different types of tobaccos, and I feel like the more you smoke it, the more it can, grow on you. Because I didn't like any of that stuff. I'm more of a Cavendish, black Cavendish. But this has little bits, I think, of each of them. Is it little bits of like little bit of burl? Like it's like equally.
It's a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of Latakia, and I think it's very faint.
Too much Latakia.
Speaking into this.
It's very.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of Latakia, from what I remember, and we'll be smoking it again right here. But this was rated a 3.6 on Tobacco Reviews, which
3.6, but how many?
it's got like 9 reviews, so
It's kind of hard to rate this.
yeah, 3.6
judge
out of 4. Yeah, we definitely think it's pretty good. But I'll wait for you. Set the palate again.
Drink into the mic.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Latakia. Not the biggest fan of Burley. I think it's just slightly too harsh, I think.
I don't know. I feel like that could be the Perique.
But there's no Perique in this one.
I thought you said there was.
No, this is just Burley, Latakia, Oriental Turkish, and then Virginia. But we'll see. I mean, this is probably like the 6th time I've smoked this.
I've smoked it many times.
Maybe even more. Yeah, we'll see.
Cheers.
Let's do this. Cheers. I immediately taste the Latakia. I'm representing the Bic Lighters today. They are our sponsors for this show.
Yeah.
As it
Oh,
just
does
fails
it?
on camera. Oh, there we go. Oh, I'll just use your.
I don't even know what that is. I wanted to show you guys this one today, but it came in 2 days ago, and I forgot to get butane for it. It's a beautiful pipe. It's one of those ones you straight from the side.
This lighter is way better.
And the reason I like it, it has every different type of pipe on the around it. It's pretty cool.
No, this is smooth.
It's good.
Here, let me just repack this. Now, we'll probably do a video on how to properly light and smoke a pipe. I like to just get a couple puffs off of the first light and then basically immediately just put it out. You can get the tools for it and everything. I just basically use my middle finger.
You're a finger guy.
I'm a finger guy. Just kind of pat it back down, make it a nice, clean, even burning surface, and then I go right back in.
That's actually not a bad lighter. Even though this thing is like...
Oh, yeah.
We need to purchase some lighters. It's pretty bad we have to pass one back and forth.
Yeah, we had a smoke night the other night. We were up till 4 in the morning.
Smoking
and drinking, talking philosophy. Yeah, we should have
recorded it.
Yeah, we probably should have recorded some of it, but we basically went out of 3 lighters.
Yep.
That we add this to the kilojar. But
it's just a good tobacco. It's gonna be hard to review because that just.
No, this is
It was kind of hard to review a tobacco that's small bits of each because I truly don't know what a burley tastes like.
I'm a huge fan of this.
It's good. I just don't know what burley. I know what Virginias usually do because to me it gives like this. I don't know if I've ever had a sour beer, like people. It's like it gives it like it almost takes the saliva off my tongue. Perique has the burning, but you said this doesn't have Perique.
See, the ones for me that kind of burn, the ones that definitely burn, Kentucky burns for me, because I like to smoke by doing a little bit of a ghost, just like this. Just sort of allow the smoke to just enter your nose and then, just all in my nasal canal basically. And whenever it's Kentucky,
That's where most of the taste comes from. The smell.
Okay.
It's like what 80%.
Yeah, I don't really know.
I can't remember.
But Perique in Kentucky, it's a little bit too harsh for me in my nasal canal, and so it's not really a nice smoke for me. But this one doesn't have any of that. This one has burley though, and burley for me, it has a little bit of a burn whenever I do that.
I don't know if it really. I don't know. That's the thing I can't really describe what a burley is because I think we only have one here. It's true burley.
Well, no, there's I can't remember. I have the chart somewhere. Actually, I'll pull that up.
I think it's Burler's blend, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know.
From the Smoky Mountains.
I can't remember. I'm gonna pull up the chart because I have my own rating system going on.
We can also throw that up on the screen if you wanted to.
Oh, we have Haunted Bookshelf. So these are the ones we have that are technically burleys. We have Haunted Bookshelf by Cornell and Deal.
Is it true burley?
These are considered burleys.
Straight burley.
And then Burlier's blend.
Wait, Haunted
They're
Bookshelf?
not pure burley, but they're considered burley.
Well, I think that's what we need to do. We need to get, like, we have another one by the Country Squire. It is the Green Dragon, which is pure Virginia. That's why I can taste when there's like a Virginia in some of these mixed blends, because I know what a true Virginia tastes like. I don't know.
Like I'm getting a little bit of a burn in my nasal canal there, and I pretty much can guarantee that's coming from the burley because Virginia doesn't do that to me. The Perique, or rather, Virginia doesn't do that to me. Cavendish, Black Cavendish, Latakia, or the Oriental Turkish does not give me the burn. So
do we have a pure Turkish? Like, I don't really even know what that even tastes like.
Those are in all the English. Latakia and the Oriental Turkish are in the English.
This one, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna need another light here. Just gonna pat it back down with my, there's different ways of doing this. I'm more of a
Finger.
I'm just a finger guy, I guess. Let's be honest.
You can use these.
Yeah.
Multi-tool, I guess we're going to consider it.
Yeah, sometimes whenever, like, this one is let's talk about the drags. You like a very tight drag. You like your lips to be sore after.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Basically, I like it to where there's almost no suck.
I like my aromatics to not have let's use resistance instead of the suck.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like any resistance.
Like this one does not. Someone took the filter out of it, but this one back here came with a filter, and it has more of a pull, like resistance to it. But I like my aromatics to just kind of be like an open flow. Like
I like it just barely put it in my mouth and just give it a little puff. There's not a whole lot of sucking going on. You like to suck.
It's kind of just a flow.
Yeah, but sometimes it'll get jammed up in here, and in those cases, you just take this off. You can still smoke it that way. You can take this tool, and this is when you need the tool. I don't know what else you'd substitute this for other than some sort of pick, and I just go in there and just to dislodge whatever's jammed right down to the base until you have your nice flow again. That's my main reasoning for having that tool.
And I also recommend when you're smoking something, always have something to drink.
Definitely.
I don't recommend water because it doesn't really change the palate or does anything to it. But some of these are really harsh that I feel like you can't just smoke a whole bowl and not have something to drink. So I always have a beer, some of our homemade mead.
I agree. There's definitely a
Stouts
whole
would go
another
great.
experience. I feel like it completes the experience. Would you say? Whenever you have at least an alcoholic beverage of some sort to complement your smoke.
It kind of makes it cool too because you can drink like lighter beers, not lighter beers, but like beers with more flavor. When maybe you're smoking like an aromatic, you can maybe even try to pair them. To me, since we're in Pennsylvania and it is winter right now, I feel like a stout with something like heavy. Like this isn't too heavy, but some of our Latakia-based ones are heavier, and I feel like those two would be pretty good together. But we have no stouts, so.
Yeah, I'm thinking Latakia probably goes good with coffee. That's been something that I've got. My morning blends. I'm not smoking too much in the morning right now just because it's winter, and it used to be nice to go on the front porch and smoke and drink my coffee, but it's not really a habit that I'm getting into in these colder months.
It's a little cool down here.
But whenever I was doing that, I was enjoying a nice Latakia and Latakia is in the English blends, with my black coffee in the morning. But
that would actually probably taste really good. Maybe like a coffee, like a porter, coffee-based porter, with some Latakia. Like I've had coffee porters.
We'll have to get one of those or make them. Another light.
I guess we weren't really talking about this flavor much.
Back on topic here. This is more of like just a general pipe smokers conversation. But yeah, I mean, what are you tasting here? Is it evolving at all? Because sometimes I've noticed that where it might taste a certain way on top, and as the ash, because I think that the tobaccos also offer a certain type of taste as the ash of that tobacco and the burnt tobacco begin to layer on top.
I agree with that. I watched a video when someone talks about it's like 3 different. You could possibly have 3 different flavors. Because the top part, I feel like depending on what lighter you're using, I feel like when you smoke the top, you can be tasting some of the. I know some people use butane and Zippos and stuff. You can taste the lighter fluid when you just that first couple. I feel like my most enjoyment is like just finishing the middle, starting the bottom. That's where I feel like most of the flavor comes in.
Now like I said earlier, and I'm kind of still set on what I said at the beginning. I'm not the biggest fan of the harshness of this, so I think that this would taste really good if it just didn't have any burley. But
I don't know.
because it's just making my eyes just water slightly, and it's just slightly uncomfortable. But it is nice to have that burn, almost like an alcohol. Sometimes you kind of like to have like the alcohol taste isn't always that bad, as long as it's faint. It's similar with this. Like, I mean, sometimes I'm smoking some Black Cavendish, and I'm like, am I even smoking? It's like so sweet, and there's no burn. It's like
you don't even know if you're breathing your like air or smoke. It's just in and out.
Like whenever you said you were hunting and you have like your pipe in your mouth, you don't know if you're like walking uphill if you're even breathing in oxygen, if you're breathing in some Cavendish.
It was good. But this, I don't know.
Sometimes I like to know that I'm smoking something.
This one has I call it a throat hit. Like when you inhale it, you know you're smoking.
We're working on getting the ashers.
Oh, we have an ashtray.
Yeah,
we can.
Well, we have the ashtray.
One of these times, I don't know if I talked about it in the first podcast, but these are real nice to have. You just put your tobacco in here. There's basically leather. What do you call them? Trays. They're pretty nice. Got them off Etsy. But I know some people talk about what this smells like too.
True. We didn't even go over that. In general, this is sort of like just your game day pipe blend. I mean, it's good.
Yeah, I think it sits right in the middle.
Got a little bit of everything to it.
Like it's not too light, not too strong.
I mean, overall, on my rating system at least, actually it's an American, so I didn't really have it anywhere specifically because this is our only American blend. I'd probably throw this in. What would you rate this roughly out of 10? We're doing all these tobacco reviews. We're gonna do them out of 10.
It's hard for me because we just talked about that. I don't have like a 10 for me. In my like the way I like you like the Latakias, the Oriental, like stuff like that. I like more of a Cavendish, or like a number 10 for me so far is like an Old Toby. That is like up there.
That's also by Country Squire, and that's a part of this whole, because Country Squire has this
Middle Earth series.
Yes. Rivendell, Green Dragon, King's Foil,
and
Second Breakfast.
And they are what we want to call sublime. Like they are great. I don't think I hate any of them.
Country Squire's got. Well, we haven't had a bad one yet.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Cherokee.
You say that, but we had it the other night. I actually really
I don't even
enjoyed
remember that.
It was pretty good. Yeah, most of Country Squire. If you haven't checked out, definitely check Country Squire out. They sell some good shit over there.
But my final rating on this, because we do want to make these somewhat short videos. I don't even know where we're at this point, but I mean 7 seems fair. 7's probably like my like on any given day at any given time I could smoke this and be happy. I could take this out in the woods. I can do this in the morning. I can do this at night. I can do this.
Mm-hmm. I'd probably agree with a 7, maybe.
Yeah, I'm thinking 7. It would probably be the most fair. I'm just gonna give it a nice little tobacco sniff here.
It's kind of hard to really get the smell since we're already lit up. This whole basement smells like smoke.
That's not too harsh at all.
Doesn't smell sour. Doesn't smell musty.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, because 8 would be like really like. I feel like 8 would be like real good.
I can't even. You know what? I take that back. I can't really say Old Toby's a 10 because I'm like, I want to say maybe like a 9.5 because I mean, there's so much more tobacco to try out there, and I feel like if I say Old Toby's number 1, rated a 10, it doesn't really give room for other tobaccos to take. Yeah, so I'd probably say there's a 9.5 for Old Toby. I would probably agree that this could be. I'd say maybe even higher. I'd say like a 7.5. If we're going solid numbers.
We can do some decimals.
Okay, I'm probably 7.5.
I'm with you. Because 7's too low. 8's too high.
Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to think of how I want to rate these though.
If it didn't have that burn, I think it would go a little bit higher. I like that there's a little bit of latakia. There's just a good tobacco taste. I mean, this isn't something that I'd probably hand to like a female.
Oh, no.
Of like, you know, even if she was like sitting around here, because
Yeah,
I
she
think
would
the
always
aromas
smell.
are just tobacco. You know, rather than this
Like
is
if someone came walking in, they'd be like, "Oh, they're smoking."
yeah, they're like, yeah, they'd be like, this smells like a bar in here. Rather than if you smoke something like Blood Red Moon by Cult, this is, we'll do one on this. This is cherry with hints of chocolate. Man, if you want to get somebody in to be okay with pipe smoking, that's something like that. Maybe even Old Toby, like some more of like 9.5 rated ones, with great aromas of pretty good tastes, flavorful tastes with an amazing aroma. Something like that. This isn't on that level. This is like bar room, but tastes amazing. I mean, obviously, I'd take this over probably any cigar or any cigarettes out of the question. But it's just a good everyday smoke.
I agree.
Because it's complex. Like I said, there's all those ingredients. There's multiple types of tobacco in this, so it's very enjoyable.
It's almost like when you're making like IPAs. You're not just tasting one flavor. It's like what is it, 5-course meal?
Yeah, and especially if the different types of ways that you smoke it as well. You know, you can just there's the getting it started. That has its own sort of taste, and then there's the ghosting. I didn't even do it right there. That sort of has a taste to it.
Like it's already changed its taste from when I started smoking.
There's really no nicotine hit that I'm really feeling.
I call it throat hit. I don't know. I think that.
And then there's the go into your mouth and out your nostrils.
Yeah, I don't think this is high on nicotine.
So each of these kind of has a separate flavor, a different type of taste every different way that you smoke it, and I appreciate it's a good 7.5. Anything else you have to say?
And do we want to talk about what we're actually tasting? The flavors?
About? I don't know if I taste anything.
Earthy.
I guess, yeah, we can talk about that a little bit. I mean, I don't know.
Our vocabulary is not perfect to describe. I just know some people will describe it as like, I don't know, I think I kind of understand what they mean by earthy, like...
If earthy is sort of like just like a tobacco.
Yeah, like there's not much of like, oh, I taste, I know some people say they taste
like nutty, musty.
It doesn't have any of that stuff.
Yeah, there's nothing that stands out like that to me. But yeah, like I said, a little bit of latakia, a little bit of bite from the burley. Just a good general... The different ways that you smoke it, and even just by smelling the actual unburnt tobacco, there's just a nice blend of different tastes and smells. But if we got nothing else,
yeah,
make sure you like.
End with a 7.5.
Comment and subscribe to the channel.
Good old Bag In by Country Squire.
Yeah. We're on Instagram as the Chuba Brothers, sort of right now. Instagram's being... because we're converting the channel from the Brewing Brothers, so it's... I don't even know what it is right now, but go over there. It's either the Brewing Brothers or the Chuba Brothers, because
you'll find us on.
Follow watch the previous episode on. You know, we're transforming this from a brewing channel to a bunch of other stuff, including obviously pipe tobacco. So go over there and follow us on the Chuba Brothers or Brewing Brothers, whatever it is right now.
Yeah, if you have any like comments, questions about the pipes that we have, what pipes we recommend, where the jars, the labels, anything. Yeah, just comment over there on Instagram. But if you don't have an Instagram, just comment on the obviously first thing, comment on the YouTube, and we'll answer it. And that is all. Stay tuned for the next videos. Catch you later.